So Saturday, December 7th, 2019 from 4:30 to 6:30, we're having a Christmas at the Mansion event. It's a free community event for all the neighboring communities to also attend. It'll be an outdoor event, which we will have a live nativity scene from Lamplight Theater. They will be over in this yard.
Okay, in front of the mansion.
Over here to the side.
Okay.
Where they'll have the little animals and all the nativity scene. We'll have carolers that'll be on the front steps of the mansion. That'll be from local churches, 4 different local churches that'll sing in 20-minute increments. In the front yard at the end of the event, we'll have a lighting of the Christmas tree, and around the lighting of the Christmas tree, Vol Capella, which is an a cappella group from Volunteer High School, will be singing around that. Back behind us on the patio, Santa and Mrs. Claus will be there to greet the children, and we'll also have a gingerbread house competition that'll be going on up there. It'll be underneath the tent. We'll have refreshments that'll be available from Cornucopia. Is going to bring some. It's a new gourmet popcorn company that's going to provide popcorn. We'll have coffee and hot chocolate as well. And then we'll also have a kids zone that'll be back here too, where children will make Christmas ornaments, and they will also color Christmas pages that were made by or designed by a local former Disney artist, Alan Davis. So
this is the day of the Churchill Christmas parade also.
Yep, it'll be following the Churchill Christmas parade. A few hours later.
Yeah, have go to the parade, take a break, and then come over here.
Yes.
Okay. So how did you guys come up with this idea? Well, first let's go back to the beginning. When did you guys buy this mansion and move in?
We bought this place 2 years ago. My husband and I are both born and raised in Churchill.
Okay. And what are your names, by the way?
I'm Amanda Jackson. My husband is Hunter Jackson.
Okay.
We were born and raised in Churchill. It's always been our dream home. We were living in Churchill. We were looking for another place, but this place came available, and I think it just kind of fell into, I think it was just meant to be, it just kind of fell into our hands 2 years ago. We moved in a year ago. We've been restoring for 2 years. We're still restoring. We've still got some to go, and we love it here, and because we feel like that it just fell into our hands, we feel like it was just meant to be. We feel like it was a blessing to us. And we wanted to be able to share it back with the community again with doing some different things, because at one time this place was the center of Churchill and it was the gathering place, so we kind of like to bring it back.
So how have you guys pulled this off?
We both work more than full-time.
Yeah.
My husband has many jobs. He has a landscape company, a tree company. He also works full-time at the water department. I have 2 jobs, and I'm dabbling in getting ready to start on working on something else in addition to that. It just takes a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, but we love it. It hadn't been easy. We just worked hard for it and busted our rears. So.
Okay. What kind of things did you have to do to the house whenever you moved in?
Oh my goodness.
Start with the hardest and work your way down.
We'll start with some of the outside. The hardest. What has been the hardest? Wow. We have restored all of the original windows of the house, which has taken over a year. Mostly because we've had some complications with the first contractors that we had hired to do it. But all the original windows are still the original windows of the house, because we just feel like that's, you know, kind of the eyelashes too. It just really makes it who it is.
So you had to take them out and restore them and put them back in?
Yes.
Okay.
And we had the glazing redone. We had, you know, any sort of repairs that needed to be made to the framing and all that stuff.
Was all the glass intact?
There was some that, you know, got broken when it was removed out, but we replaced it with historic glass too.
Okay.
Also had to replace porches, top and bottom porch, but we replaced them back how they originally were.
Yeah.
But they were so rotten, they were pretty dangerous, so we had to completely restore, took them off and rebuilt them.
Took them out and rebuilt them?
And then there's a back porch that we also had to rebuild. We had to do new roofing new guttering. These are all the original shutters. So heating and cooling had already been redone.
Oh, okay.
So we were good on that, but we did add something additional because my husband has a tree business. We have access to lots of wood.
Mm-hmm.
So we have an outdoor furnace that pipes run underground and pump heat into our house. So when it's cold, we just chock it full of wood and it heats our house and we don't have to run the gas.
Oh, okay.
So it's really cheap in the long run.
That looks like that would be expensive to heat that place.
We did have to put some extra insulation up in the roof, so we have the spray foam, or up in the attic. We had to do that, and then we got some plantation shutters that also have been working well in keeping the heating and cooling. You know, with all of the large windows and things like that. We did have the floors re-sanded down because they had set with where the sun had shined in and kind of faded them out. So we had all those redone back to what they looked like originally. So we have the original flooring.
Okay.
We had to fix some plaster. It still has original plaster. We had to repair plaster, paint some, and now on the inside of the house, it doesn't look 1840-ish. I'm a modern day woman.
Yeah.
Okay, and I like modern day things.
Yeah.
So there were two very small bathrooms upstairs that were really outdated, and the lighting wasn't what I liked, and there was a weird little hallway through there. We just knocked all that out and made one big, large, modern bathroom.
Right.
And I don't regret it at all.
What about your kitchen? I imagine you don't have a potbelly stove or in there either.
No, we don't. We do have a huge fireplace that's taller, and I don't even know the measurements of that fireplace. It's very large. It's still there. We don't.
In the kitchen? Oh, wow. Does it have a rotisserie on it where you can cook turkeys and stuff in it?
No, but it has the the poles where people would put. You can hang pots and different things like that on
That's
it.
Neat.
We don't burn anything in there. Maybe we could, but I don't want to take the risk.
Yeah. Have you checked the chimneys out?
Yeah, we've got chimney caps on all the chimneys.
Oh, okay.
So we are keeping all the fireplaces, but more for aesthetics than usage because the heating system that we have works really well.
Right.
As far as the kitchen goes, we didn't do a whole lot to it. We painted and put some new handles on and made it a little bit cuter. And of course, we've got modern day appliances and things like that. But eventually that'll be something that we'll do later on down the road. Is do a big old kitchen restoration. But there were other things that we need that were more necessary.
Are you gonna make it like a modern kitchen, or
we'll still keep that fireplace, but maybe I'll put an island in it, and different things just to have more cabinet space and stuff like that.
So this is not going to be a show house or a museum. This is your home.
This is our home to live in.
Yeah. Why did you guys decide to take this on?
The house.
Did you not have enough work to do?
The house or the Christmas thing?
The house thing.
Well, we weren't really happy with where we were living. We were wanting to find another place, but we weren't actively looking really hard. But I had enrolled in this thing on the internet, and it would pop up new houses in the area that were for sale or whatever. And Hunter wanted to stay in Church Hill because he had,
business.
He has business here, and so that was one of the things. And he wanted property, and I wanted a house that suited me. And we would find different places, but maybe it had really nice property, didn't have the house that suited me, or it had a nice house and didn't have the property to suit him. And this place, whenever it went when it popped up that it was available, I called him. Said, hey, this house is available.
How you doing?
And
good. How are you? Pretty good.
And
nice to meet you. I'm Jeff Bobo.
You too.
He called a friend that was a realtor, and we looked at it and we made a bid on it, and then we laid in the bed one night and we were like, what if we really get that house? what are we gonna do? And so we giggled about it, and then I guess a few weeks later we got a phone call saying that we got it, and then we were like,
You when this was on the market, I looked at it and I took the photo tour of it and everything, and I daydreamed about buying it, and then reality set in, and I said, there ain't no way I could do a work.
It's been a chore so far. Well, the house I know was in the same family until 1997.
Oh wow,
From
the Horde family. Okay. When was the house built?
1840.
Okay.
Well, it was 3,000 acres once upon a time.
Yeah.
You know where the Tipton house is in the valley?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that was part of it.
Oh wow.
That was one brother lived there and one brother lived here.
Okay. And how many acres is it now?
We just have 50 now.
Yeah, well, that's still quite a bit.
There was 126 back here, but we couldn't afford it, and to restore the house too.
Wow. Yeah, she was telling me some of the things that you guys have had to restore. What kind of things have you come across? Things, surprises, or?
Well, the trim on the front of the door, I'm told. I don't have any proof of it, but I'm told there was some famous architect traveled through here. And was sick, and these people took him in, and in return he designed this porch and had it put on for him.
Wow.
So when we took the trim off around the door to clean it up and redo it, it had 3 old signatures on the back in 1854, which would have been 14 years after the house was built.
Huh. Do you remember whose signatures were on?
You can't read them, they're so fancy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just scribbles?
Well, it's like calligraphy, you know.
Oh, wow. Did you take a picture of that by any chance?
No, I didn't.
Did you put that wood back on?
Yeah, same wood that I own.
So is it visible from the outside, or
No, it's on the back.
Oh, okay.
What's up against the house.
Well, another 180 years, somebody will take that off again and see it.
And then, like these white lines in the mortar, you can't really see it much anymore, or it's weathered, but I didn't know what that was, and somebody told me that it meant these people, you know, if you came to do business here, it meant they had great wealth.
Huh. When you painted the grout?
Yeah, it was all painted white, and actually up on the top porch, there's some little signatures in those little white lines.
Huh. Wow.
I don't know if that's maybe who did it, or
wow,
hard to tell.
Then I was telling him about some signatures that are actually engraved in the brick, because the brick was made here, but I couldn't find the one around here.
Let's see, there's one right here. To the left of this window, it says Toma, T-O-M-A. See it about the middle of that shutter. Over to the left, about 2 bricks.
Let me get back.
Get right here, and you can.
Then on the other side, there's, you know, several.
Do you know who Toma is?
No, it would have been a slave, I imagine.
Yeah.
We have one that also says Abraham D, and evidently from the information that we have, and from going back to the archives and things like that, evidently Abraham was one of the main slaves here that took the undertaking of building the house. And so he was the main one. And because they had the house built before the deadline, he was offered a gold coin and a first dance at the Christmas party, which became an annual Christmas party. And so that's kind of one of the things that made me think, is this whenever, you know, is this what we're supposed to do? You know, something to kind of carry on a Christmas thing. So that's neat. And his name is in one of the pieces of brick as well. So that's interesting.
Okay. Well, what was the attraction for you to this place?
I always loved it.
Yeah.
It seemed mysterious. You know?
Is it a place that you looked at from the outside your whole life? Did you ever get to come in here before?
Never.
Wow.
Not until a wedding.
Yeah, I came at a wedding, 10 years ago maybe?
Yeah.
But I would always drive out of the way.
Yeah, just to look at it?
To look at it. Just wonder, you know, what it was back years ago.
Yeah. Well, it's been 2 years. Are you glad that you bought it?
Oh, yeah.
Even though all the work?
Yeah, it's been a challenge. But I'd do it again, probably.
Yeah. Have you still got stuff to do to it?
Oh, yeah.
What's left to do?
We've got some inside work left to do.
Yeah.
The bathroom downstairs and the small stuff, you know, decorating stuff, curtains, rugs.
Yeah. Has it been, I remember that movie from the 80s, The Money Pit. Has it been a money pit?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's been a money pit.
Oh, well, you can't take it with you.
That's right.
Do you feel like you're preserving history?
I hope so.
Yeah.
We've tried to put everything back, you know, close to original, and spend extra money, you know, to keep the original windows. And I mean, I don't know what the roof would have been originally, if it would have been like a shake roof or metal or what, you know. But
Well, I like your roof. I prefer a metal roof, anyways. It'll be there a long time because the roof is the main thing.
Yeah.